We meet again, Sophie. Why are you all here? Since you were free from the clutches of Capaldi, you were unusually happy when you told me you were moving in with someone else in Barcelona. You never told me who would be your roommate, so I've gotten curious. In fact, I got a little too curious. Could it be someone I know? Could it be an old flame of yours even? And that's when something hit me. I recognized that very kitchen in your latest video. I visited this place 1 month before you were kidnapped. This is Mandy's home. Out of all the places to live in, the Gaudi station? I will say, that illusion room is whack in a good way. You're not by any chance living with Mandy, are you? Actually, no. I kept going house to house, hoping to crash in as I find some place to rent. I'm practically homeless with a job. After 5 months? Bullshit! You got me. I'm a terrible liar. Not as bad as Mandy, though. Why are you living with her? Well... Don't answer that. Let me take a wild guess. There's no need to. She kidnapped you, didn't she?
Are you mental?
What the fuck, Lauren? No, she didn't. That's something someone with Stockholm Syndrome would say. That is a disputed illness, and I'm not even sure it exists. Look at me, Sophie. This isn't you. The real Sophie will still hate Mandy a lot. The real Sophie can also have her opinions changed and knows that people can change for the better. Are you still pissed about Mandy killing Lily years ago?
Oh, don't make me think about that again. I was desperate.
Please, I swear to God, I want the real Sophie in there to come back. Lauren, I am the real Sophie, and to tell you the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, I willingly became a roommate in this house because I love her. You what? Oh shit, that's right. We are romantic partners. I know it's a hard pill to swallow, which is why I kept this relationship a secret until you came in. You two love each other? But how did you end up like this? It all started with a daily tournament last year. You remember that time in March, but if not, well... I was in Madrid as Sofia Pavlova, chasing after a guy who had information about Doppelganger, offering their drones to the Spanish government for police work. I got him and was prepared to give him a beatdown, but what I didn't realize was that I got ambushed. I was put unconscious and sent to an underground fighting ring. If I want to get my freedom and the files that corroborate Doppelganger's actions, I had to win the tournament. Every fight was to the death, a matter of survival. I couldn't use you, otherwise I'd get shocked and make me vulnerable. It was only my fists and my advanced healing fact that had made me get through the tourney. I wasn't feeling well at first, but as I progressed, it was catharsis. I was getting closer and closer to my objective. I got to the finals. One more and I was free. I couldn't wait to know my next opponent, but to my shock, it was Mandy Remington, hostless. It was the first time I saw her true self in the flesh. At that point, our relationship got a bit warmer, but we still despised each other. However, she wasn't in her usual smug and sassy mood. While I was ecstatic with every fight since the second, she was actually crying for her dear life throughout. She was vulnerable. We did trade violent blows, but my violent greediness came to a halt when I saw her scared of seeing her own black blood coming out of her. She cried, knowing that she'd be shamed if she dies on her mission. None of us wanted to die, but the audience didn't care. All they wanted was someone to be killed. They kept booing, and the promoters warned us they'll shoot us on the spot if the time runs out, rendering the tournament pointless. It was at this point that we had to do something none of us wanted to do together after years of butting heads since she shot Lily back in Canada. After we counseled each other, we decided to bury the hatchet. The clock was ticking to its final 20 seconds. Everyone was desperate. We had no other choice, yet none of us wanted to die. But someone had to. We decided to strangle each other, hoping to end our suffering together. But as I was about to die, I noticed her hands loosening me, and then she let herself die by my hands. I won. I cried. I gained my freedom and the info. But after all that, it didn't matter to me. I became reclusive for weeks, deciding to stay in Lisbon before coming back to Vancouver. I cried every night in bed. My friends and partners were worried about me, but I kept my murder and my guilt a secret to them. As an apology for what I did to her, I sent the evidence to the HEF. But I eventually got over it months later. I was forced to be resurrected and turned into a Dullahan by a doppelganger, which meant I had to work for them as a bodyguard for Miranda Cox. We were in Russia, having talked with the government about building a new facility in Siberia. While I was guarding the meeting with the clone drones, I've noticed a cockroach. It's unusual to see them here, which leaves me one thing. It's a spy bug. I tried to destroy it, but the watch was fast. I gave chase, ending in the bathroom. But it was then that I discovered that the spy bug wasn't a robot. It was Mandy, in disguise. I was surprised and happy to see her. I begged her to save me from the clutches of the DPC, and to my surprise, she did. She disguised as me and went to the meeting while I sneaked to the exit on my underwear. But since I was in the Kremlin, it proved to be hard. Fortunately, I managed to escape. But a few days later, Doppelganger found out and took me back to their base with the project cancelled and millions of dollars bribed to them after the incident. I was given a new mission. Mandy was approaching the facility, wanting revenge on what they did to me, and I'm supposed to kill her. I was given a taser gun and a chainsaw for the spectacle, and Lucy was with me to supervise the task. It was a make it or break it moment for me. Should I conform and remain a slave to them for the rest of my life, or sacrifice myself and save Mandy? Of course, you can tell what I chose. Coincidentally, you, along with the HGF, were also gonna raid the place, but we were ahead of you. While Mandy got away as a seagull, I was arrested along with the dog she was stealing from. But it didn't matter. We won. And so, it began a proper friendship, one full of wonders and learning, but shrouded in secrecy until today. Back when I was a maid, we had fun training, exercising, and even seeing the occasional baseball game with the Blue Jays come in. When I lost my job after the incident, I talked to her first to cope. But then I was held hostage by Capaldi via Sarah in France. She and her squad saved me, thankfully. She drove me here, to Barcelona, so that I can rest before going back to Philadelphia. But it was that moment that I did the unthinkable. I confessed to her that I have a crush on her. She was flattered and kissed me without any objection, and the rest is history. So this is your new life? Living with your enemy who is now your lover? I'm so sorry. It's okay, Sophie. You requested a rescue, and she obliged. It's fine. It's just that I kind of find your relationship questionable. You know, age and power dynamics. The latter is the reason why Lauren broke up with Lily when she became captain of the Brimstone Squad. But alas, you and Mandy are different compared to Lily and her. Seems Lauren doesn't like it from the looks of things. No, it's different. We should leave, Pinky. Now. Well, see you next time, Mandy.
Goodbye, Pinky.
Does she hate me for this?
It's okay, Sophie. We'll sort this out one way or the other. Mwah.
These days they pass you by if you don't change, if you don't change.